Alright, today we're going to talk about AURELIUM Skills, a Spigot plugin that turns Minecraft into an RPG game with levels where we can improve our skills, as you can see in that bar, through mining, defeating mobs, and more. Important, first we can change the language, okay? Right now it's in English, okay? But we can change the language by typing /sk. We type lang, and here we could put, let's say, French, okay? Now, I'm not sure if the whole game will be in French or just the plugin. Let's see, skills, now only the plugin is in French, okay? So I'm going to set it back to English. Then to get it, well, it depends on where you're playing, but it's for servers and depends on which server you're running, obviously. But typically you'd use it or get it for Java version 1.21, okay? Except for the latest version. And then just put that version in your server's plugins folder, okay? Normally, when you create servers with software like Spigot, they already come with the folder. And that said, how can we use or how can we open the skills menu within this mod? Well, we type /skills, okay? This opens the inventory or interface of AURELIUM skills or Aura skills, as it's also known, with all skill categories. It mentions, for example, that we have archery, which is shooting mobs. We have fighting, right? Fighting against mobs. Defending ourselves, which means taking damage from entities, digging, fishing, mining, logging, or farming. We also have enchanting, alchemy, and agility, moving and taking damage to gain agility. I honestly don't quite understand what it means by moving. I mean, I'm moving here and it hasn't given me anything, right? I don't know if it's because I was flying. Maybe it has more to do with taking full damage and stuff, okay? Look, there it is. There I added it. I mean, also, well, as you've seen, we're shown how to level up each skill, right? For example, fish hunting, this one, move around and take full damage. And these are obviously my skills, okay? And we can also go to stats and see the general abilities that I have. As you can see, nothing is leveling up for me, right? But in theory, if we level up, for example, different skill levels will unlock, as you can see, all these abilities. It says leveled stats, luck and health, okay? By fishing or by foraging, strength and toughness, meaning more resistance. Okay, here we also have each of the statistics individually and not much else. Alright, let's explain the stats section in a bit more detail, okay? We can open it directly using /stats. Basically, within AURELIUM skills, there are different stats like strength, health, and others. Strength increases attack damage, health gives us more hearts, regeneration recovers health and mana faster, okay? As you can see here, we now have the mana interface. We also have luck, which basically increases the probability of getting rarer loot from mobs, fishing, and so on. We have wisdom, which increases maximum mana and experience gained while reducing anvil costs, and toughness, which is resistance that reduces damage taken. We also have critical chance and critical damage, which determines how much extra damage we deal when landing a critical hit. And then we have speed, which affects how fast we move when walking around and so on. So mana, right? It's used for skills, okay? As you can see here, we can obtain skills, okay? Here, for example, we would have, well, it's used for abilities like Try Decapitator, okay? For foraging, Speed Miner for mining, and Sharp Hook, got it? Alright, how to level up mining and see the rewards in AURELIUM skills. So, AURELIUM's mining skill increases by mining stone and minerals, okay? If I go here now and mine a mineral, I'll gain 3.5 experience points. And if I start mining stone, as you can see, it keeps increasing, right? Your level and progress, okay, will help us advance to the next level. So there are different abilities within mining. The first is Lucky Miner, which gives a 10% chance to get double mineral drops. The Miner, which gives 10% more experience when mining. Pickmaster, which does about 3% more damage with a pickaxe, nothing special. We have Stamina, which gives 1% more durability while holding a pickaxe, and hardened armor, which gives a 3% chance to negate armor durability damage. There's also talk of a speed miner, which is an active mana ability that basically applies haste 10 for 5 seconds. And mining can reach a level maximum high mentioned to be 97, and you can see your experience progress while doing these actions, okay? Let's also try some things that might be interesting, like, does this give us anything? No, but mining diamonds does, right? Diamond ore I wonder if the diamond ore gives us... Oh, it's not giving me anything. No, no, I don't know if it's because I placed it with the... I don't know if it's because I placed it myself. The mod detects if I placed it myself. Wow, that seems crazy to me. Okay, what if I do a /fill? It'll notice that too. Let's see. Boom, no, it doesn't count that. Well, we're seeing it there. If I had this, we could level up super fast, honestly. Also, as you can see, here it shows our toughness is improved. We're stronger, get 5 mining points, 10% more experience, pick master, right? And all these are things that they keep giving us, okay? Oops, no, okay. There we get +1 toughness, 3% chance to prevent armor durability damage. We get speed mine, which gives haste 10 for 10 seconds. Right click with the pickaxe to activate, see? I just activated it there. Of course, you won't notice haste 10 now because I'm using cheats, but anyway. Look, basically they're increasing our skill levels, right? Walking gives 20 experience instead of 10. Instead of dealing 3% more damage, we deal 5% more damage. Got it? I mean, we can see it, right? Look, the luck skill guarantees 2 toughness points when holding a pickaxe. They upgrade Lucky Miner from level 2 to 3, okay? Obviously, I'm exploiting this here, but it'll be much harder for you to level up, right? Speed mine from level 1 to level 2 gives us haste, okay? I'm not sure if this skill is ready yet, see? There's the right click that tells me there's a cooldown. All this is what we could improve just by mining, right? There are many more things too. Alright, how do you activate mana abilities? Well, mana abilities are skills that require activation and consume mana. For example, the speed miner, right? Which we get when we unlock mining. As you can see here, it shows my mana. 12 out of 20, okay? So, with a pickaxe in hand, we would right-click and mine a block to activate the effect. It tells me it's not ready because I've used it recently, okay? But normally it would apply haste 10 for the number of seconds we have the ability, got it? If I now go to X skills, go to the pickaxe and select it, here we can see the abilities and it tells me that, well, the mana ability, which is shown in purple as Speed Mine 2, says duration and cost 32 mana. I don't have enough mana to use it, and the duration is 15 seconds, okay? As we level up, they also show us the improvements, which is pretty good, right? It also tells us that we get more experience. I'm discovering all of this just now. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. That's 0.8, 0.8. And what would give us the most experience would be Ancient Debris, right? By far, as it gives us 650, okay? And here we have all the skills individually in case we want to see the data. So, well, right-click tells me I've already upgraded my pickaxe and now theoretically I should have haste, right? That's good. No, it's because I don't have enough mana. It says, not enough mana, 32 mana required. Okay, well, nothing then. But that's how it would work using right-click. There are also other active skills like farming, which automatically replenishes crops for 5 seconds. The foraging one, which instantly breaks entire trees for 5 seconds. The fishing one, which does 0.5 damage to a hooked enemy when right-clicking with the rod, and so on. Alright, how do you see the XP sources? Okay, so, well, we can know, for example, as you know, if we mine diamond, I get, look, 73.8 for mining diamond. But how can I know what the rock will give me, which gives me 0.3, right? Or what granite will give me? How can I know these things without having to risk breaking blocks? Well, basically we have the option to do /skill, okay? And we select the skill we want to gain experience in, for example, pickaxe, and go to XP sources, okay? And here it shows us, well, the rack gives 0.1, netherrack 0.2, okay? Then stone and cobblestone 0.2, granite 0.2. As you can see, it says experience multiplied 0.26. It means this is the experience you'll receive based on the experience multipliers you have, okay? But hey, blue ice gives 1.3, nerve quartz 1.8, and we see that reinforced deep slate will give me 125 experience, and with ancient debris 500, okay? So this way we can see it with everything, right? I mean, if we want to see the sword too, XP sources, okay? Like defeating the Wither gives 7,000 experience, okay? Defeating the Warden 1,000 experience, okay? Defense the same. Taking damage from mobs 1 experience, and taking damage from players 2 experience per mob, okay? So it's that simple, really, okay? It doesn't have much else. Also, I should mention that AURELIUM Skills prevents the issue of placing a block and breaking it, okay? Well, you've seen it before, but if I take this ore with Silk Touch, break it and place it again, that ore no longer works, okay? This way the progress is real and you're not artificially placing and breaking blocks. In fact, I'll show you. Let's grab this gravel, okay? It gave me excavation points. I'll place it and break it. And you see, it doesn't give me points anymore, right? However, if I break this other one that I hadn't placed, it does give me points, see? It's a very interesting mechanic. I honestly don't know how they programmed it. I guess blocks placed by players must have a specific tag or something, but it's really clever. Of course, you can easily make farms for mobs, and for breaking blocks, you can also make a farm of, look, take a water bucket, a lava bucket, do this, boom, a couple of blocks. Let's do it like this, okay? We make a hole here, we take the lava, take the water, and now we have a little farm, right? And these blocks I break will obviously give me resources, see? If this seems too small, just make it longer, okay? Always leaving the gap here too. And without putting water on top, thanks. Now we have double, and it adds experience. The percentage is so high, there it is, 55.56. So get creative, make farms and such, and you'll see how everything works perfectly, okay? Very well. How do you give, remove, or set experience in AURELIUM Skills? AURELIUM Skills includes admin commands to adjust player progress. The main command has options like /skills XP add, okay? And the player's name, for example, mine, and I want to have agility, so it adds all this experience, and I level up from 1 to who knows what. It happened to me, right? It's going to keep making sounds for half an hour now. Oh my god, this is what happens when I add 100,000 experience, man. Okay, so now I basically jump. Theoretically, I can jump higher. Oh look, only level 14, and I've unlocked all the skills. If we want to remove experience instead of add, what we'll do is we put remove, and we can take it away, okay? And that subtracts we can also set it, okay? Instead of add, we put set, okay? So we'd set it to a specific name, okay? Or if we want to do it by level instead of experience, we put set level agility, level 10. There's set level, right? Skill, okay, we need to type /skills, skill, there it is. Set level, now we're good. I want agility at level 50, okay? So now I'm level 50 in agility, okay? I don't know if it's noticeable. I don't really understand what should be different. Well, running a bit faster, right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's see if level 200 is noticeable. Well, I don't notice anything. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? But I'm sure if I check skills now, okay? I go here and agility, I'm level 200. It reduces my fall damage. There's more effect regeneration and slightly more speed. Man, not very dramatic changes for you to see. It's not like you need to grind for these changes because they'll improve your character, but let's not get too excited, okay? But anyway, there we have it. Alright, how can we create tops and rankings within the AURELIUM mod itself? Well, basically to make rankings, what we would do is use skills. What we'd type now would be top, and here we'd put the skill, okay? For example, agility. And now it shows me the leaderboard of players with the most agility. In this case, it's just me, but I'm alone. I'm on an Eterno server, but I'm by myself, okay? So this way we could also see the top rankings. It's also important that if we go to skills, if I go to my skills, or now I can't remember stats, or I go to a specific skill, how was it? Your skill ranking, there it is, okay? And there I appear as number 1, okay? I can see what position I'm in for each skill, okay? Your skill ranking, well, number 1, okay? Unfortunately, I'm alone. I'm all by myself, folks, okay? So, no, I can't see anyone else, and I'll always be first. That's what happens when you're so good, right? I'm used to it. No, but jokes aside, this is how we can see it when playing multiplayer if we like to compete a bit with stats, which doesn't mean you're the best player, just that you farmed that resource the most, okay? But anyway, how to create items with stats in Minecraft using AURELIUM Skills, okay? AURELIUM Skills allows you to create custom items with temporary stats while the player holds it, okay? For example, we take a pickaxe, okay? And run the /skills item modifier command, hit add, okay? To add a stat. So we want to add, for example, speed, okay? And now we set the amount, for example, 100, okay? And now, if I hover over it, as you can see, it says speed already exists, okay? So if I remove the pickaxe, it doesn't work anymore, but if I hold it in my hand, it gives me the speed stat. If I set this to add true, it will show up, okay? But if I set it to add false, it simply won't display it, okay? Well, to delete the modifier, okay, you use skills item modifier and simply remove, okay? Let's see, remove all. There it is, okay? And you remove this one and all the others. It still appears for me, but, well, remove all, or you do remove and... What did we set? Speed, eh? False, true. And that's it, now it's gone, okay? So it's that simple. Alright, how to set up the action bar and the box bar, okay? As you can see here, the action bar appears, and basically in the AURELIUM Skills configuration file, there are several options to display experience information. The action bar can show experience gained when performing actions, okay? It shows how to disable the experience text in the action bar to keep it cleaner, for example, showing mana health without the experience text above, okay? And the box bar, which is what we're seeing, can be used to show experience progress at the top with a more visible bar. Additionally, the box bar can operate in multi-mode, showing several bars for different activities, or single mode, which only displays one bar at a time, okay? You can do all of this within the settings folder of the mods config. We can also define the initial mana in the advanced configuration file, okay? Or even disable it by setting mana cost to 0, okay? We can also enable or disable Roman numerals, add damage holograms, okay? Or activate holographic displays, worlds and regions, right? These prevent gaining XP from placing or breaking blocks in certain worlds and support World of War regions to avoid conflicts. We have balance limits, okay? Change the max level from 97 to 50, for example, and adjust experience for blocks, actions, and more. Level up feedback lets you enable title and sound notifications or set sound type and pitch. Progress security activates autosave, so if the server crashes, you won't lose progress, okay? And with that, we can configure this plugin a bit more. I hope you liked it. This is my first plugin video. Not for any specific reason, but I saw people were interested and needed a guide. So I thought, why not? If you like this content, check out my AI course in the description, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye bye.